Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 4, including Raya, Wafi, Fawaz, and Zainal, want to present a math topic about multiplication of matrices. So a matrix or array is a set of numbers arranged in an ordered manner into rows and columns and placed within large brackets. Each number in the matrix is called an element. Elements can be any number including fractions. Uh, Types of matrices. There's a square matrix that has the same number of rows and columns, a diagonal matrix that must have all elements 0 except those in the leading diagonal, which extends from the top left to the bottom right value. The diagonal values may or may not be 0. Diagonal matrices are usually square. And then a unit matrix is a diagonal matrix where all elements on the diagonal have value 1. It's also known as the identity matrix, denoted by I. I is the unit matrix of order 4 times 4. The unit matrix is important as it's the matrix equivalent of the number 1.
A null or zero matrix has all its elements zero. It is labeled row. Equal matrices have identical elements with the same values in the same positions. C and D are equal matrices. Next. Scalar multiplication. To multiply a matrix by a number, multiply each element in the matrix by the number. Example like to multiply A equals to A, B, C, D by K. The result is Ka equals to K times A, K times B, K times C, and K times D.
Multiplication of matrices. To understand how to multiply two matrices, it helps consider a situation where we might do this. Say, market sell grapes, apples, and bananas at the price of €1, €2, and €3 per bag. On a particular day, they sold 10 bags of grapes, 5 bags of apples, and 6 bags of bananas. Using matrices to describe this, the price would be the matrix and the number of items sold. To find the total value of the sales, multiply the price of grapes by the number of bags grapes sold, and then the same for apples and bananas. Add these values together to find the total values of the sales. So 1, 2, 3 times 10 and 5 and 6 equals to 1 times 10 plus 2 times 5 plus 3 times 6 equals to 10 plus 10 plus 18. The result is 38. This creates a matrix of order 1x1. Extend multiplication to larger matrices. To extend this to larger matrices, multiply each row in the first matrix by each column in the second. A general method for multiplying two matrices of order 2x2 follows. As with the fruit example above, multiply the first row of the first matrix by the first column of the second matrix. Enter the product in the first row, first column of the resulting matrix. Number 2, next multiply the second row of the first matrix by the first column of the second matrix. The product goes in the second row, first column to complete the first column of the resultant matrix. 3. Similarly, first row of the first matrix times second column of second matrix will be positioned in the first row, second column. And last, working on the second row and the second column completes the resultant matrix. You can apply this method to any pair of matrices that have the condition required for multiplication. The resultant matrix will have the same number of rows as the first matrix and the same number of columns as the second matrix. Beware of the commutative law doesn't apply to the multiplication of matrices. Next, multiplication by a unit matrix. Just as multiplying a number by 1 doesn't change that number, multiplying a matrix by the unit matrix won't change its values. You can see this is due to the placement of the zeros in the product.
Determinant of a matrix. The determinant of a matrix is asked to find the inverse of the matrix. The determinant of matrix H is the donate. Determine H. The determinant is a number calculated by finding the difference between the cross product of a square matrix. For a matrix of order 2 times 2, H equals to H and B, C and D. Multiply the top left element by the bottom right element. H times D. Subtract the product of the remaining two elements. H times D minus B times C. Determinant of matrix H is determined H equals to HD minus DC. Inverse of matrix. When the inverse of matrix and that matrix are multiplied together, the product is the unit matrix. Find the inverse of a matrix. Follow the steps to find the inverse of. Step 1, put the elements of the leading diagonals of left and bottom right. Step 2, change the sign of the other diagonal elements. Step 3, divide each element by determine H. Notice that there will be no need to divide if the determinant is 1. Inverse of matrix. The inverse of matrix H equals to H and B, C and D. H power negative 1 equals to 1 for determines A. J D minus D minus C into A. If the determinant is 0, then there is no inverse and the matrix is called a singular matrix. When writing an inverse as the reciprocal of the determinant, write 1 for 3 times 4 minus 5 minus 1 2, rather than 4 minus 5 minus 1 2 4 3.
Bentar. Mau lanjut apa gimana?
Apa mau dicek dulu ini recordingannya?
Iya boleh nih.
Boleh.
Oke.
Ini aku langsung jelasin aja. Kenapa? Ini aku jelasin aja langsung. Boleh dijelasin juga. Jadi cara mengerjakannya adalah yang datar dikalikan yang row dikalikan dengan yang kolom. Contohnya di row ada 3, kemudian di kolom ada 2, kemudian dikalikan 3 dikali 2 hasilnya adalah 6. Setelah itu hasilnya ditambah dengan minus 2 dikali minus 4 yang hasilnya adalah 8. Kemudian ditambah lagi 8 dikali 1 dan hasilnya adalah 22. Setelah itu dimasukkan angkanya ke dalam ini. Setelah selesai yang pertama, akan lanjutkan yang kedua, yang bagian bawah. 1 dikali 2, hasilnya adalah 2. Setelah itu ditambah minus 4 dikali minus 4, hasilnya adalah 16. Kemudian ditambah 1 dikali 1, hasilnya adalah 19. Setelah itu ditaruh di bawah. Begini aja, jelasin. Ya.
Dihapus saja ya. Tolong Zainal ini atau enggak dari Fawaz, tolong hapus unfit.
Okay, so in this case, we have 2 matrices. Let's say this matrices is A, matrix A, and this matrix is matrix B. So in matrix A, we have 1 row and 3 columns. But in matrix B, we have 3 rows and 2 columns. So matrix A is 1 by 3 matrix. One by 3 matrix, and matrix B is 3 by 2 matrix. The key to multiply matrix is that the number of column in the first matrix have to be equal to the number of the row in the second matrix. So because these number are the same, we can multiply matrix A and matrix B. And for this number, this will be the the result that we will get from calculating these matrices. So the result must be one row and two column matrices. Now we will calculate, we will multiply them. First, you need to multiply uh, the first row to the first column. So 3 times 4 plus 1 times 2 plus 4 times 6. And then we will get 12 plus 2 plus 24. The result will be 38. And for the second column, we will multiply the first row of the first matrix to the second column of the second matrix. So it will be 3 times 3 plus 1 times 5 plus 4 times 8. This is 9 plus 5 plus 32. And the total is 46. So because the key is we will get the result that it has one row and two columns. So the form it will be like this. We put 38 first because it's the first row and the first column, and then 46. As you can see, we have the same result, which is one row and wait, one row and two columns. That's how you do it. Thanks.
Jadi untuk mengerjakan ini, untuk ini A, ini B, ini C, dan ini D. Untuk mengerjakan ini, D bertukar posisi di A, sebaliknya juga B dan C ditambahkan dengan minus. Jadi hasilnya begini. Habis itu dikali silang A dikali D, B dan B dikali C. Setelah dapat hasilnya, baru ditukar posisinya dari yang awalnya di bawah jadi ke atas, dan yang dari atas menjadi di bawah.
Oke. Pertanyaannya di sini adalah apa? What is the value of M, of the determinant M? Givennya bahwa M equals to minus 1 per 2, 1 per 4, and 2, 1 per 2, dan 3. So, nah, yang kita ketahui adalah bahwa determinan M equals to A times D dikurangi B dikurangi B times C. Yang tidak lain adalah E-nya adalah minus 1 per 2, B-nya 1 per 4, C-nya adalah 21 per 2, dan B-nya adalah 3. Dari pengetahuan tersebut bahwa determinan M equals to AD minus BC, maka kita masukkan angkanya. Itu 1 per 2 dikali 3 dikurangi 1 per 4 dikali 2, 1 per 2. Eh, Hasilnya adalah -1/2. Dikurang lima 5/8. Lalu kita samakan penyebutnya. Bentar. Izin nanya. Ini salah caranya sini. Maksudnya ada ini nggak? Kira-kira yang salah.
Oh iya, itu belum dikali 3, -1/2-nya.
Ini hasilnya benar ya, dia 3/2.
Ada minusnya.
Ini hasilnya 5/8 ya? Minus 5.
Iya, benar.
Mas. Lalu kita samakan penyebutnya.
Negatif 3/2, Ray. Sorry.
Jadi hasil akhirnya adalah determinan M equals to -17/8. Kira-kira gimana, Nor? Udah ya? Tinggal penutupannya.
Iya, udah. Bisa
Apa
dihapus.
dihapus?
Okay, so that's all from us. Hope you can understand well. We are very sorry if there is any mistake, and that the explanation is not clear. Yeah, thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.